In the world of YouTube car builders, very few stories have created as much attention and debate as the ongoing projects connected to Mat Armstrong. Over the past years, he has become known for taking heavily damaged, almost dead supercars and trying to bring them back to life. This type of content already gets attention, but things became even bigger when the focus moved toward one of the most advanced and expensive cars in the world, the Bugatti Chiron. This was not just another rebuild. It was a project that many people online said was nearly impossible without full factory support, special tools, and direct help from Bugatti itself. That is where the tension started building as updates slowly came out through videos and social media posts. Viewers began to split into two strong groups. One group believed Mat could find a way to rebuild the car using skill, experience, and determination. The other group believed the project was too complex and that without official factory parts and guidance, it would fail. This created a constant debate in comment sections, reaction videos, and automotive forums. People were not just watching a car being rebuilt. They were watching a challenge between independent builders and the limits set by high-end manufacturers. What made the situation even more intense was the way the updates were shared. Instead of a single clean story, information came in pieces. Small updates about progress, delays, and other projects like the Ferrari 296 GTB and G-Wagon kept the audience guessing. Every new detail added more curiosity. People started analyzing every word, every clip, and every hint to understand how close or far the Bugatti rebuild actually was from completion. The audience was not just passive anymore. They were emotionally invested. At the same time, the content style around the story added more excitement. Words like impossible, challenge, and factory limits made the situation feel larger than just a normal repair job. Even small updates felt like major events because the stakes were described as extremely high. This is part of why the story grew so quickly. It was not only about a car. It became about proving something to the entire automotive world. Another reason the topic spread so fast is because Bugatti as a brand represents the highest level of automotive engineering. When a project involves a Chiron, it is automatically seen as something special. The car itself is not just expensive, it is a symbol of extreme engineering precision. So when someone outside the official system tries to rebuild it, people naturally pay attention. They want to see whether the boundaries set by manufacturers are truly necessary or if skilled independent builders can reach the same level on their OW and as a result. Every update about the Bugatti project feels like part of a much larger story. It is not just about fixing a damaged car anymore. It is about testing limits, proving capability, and challenging assumptions. This is why even small announcements like a new video is coming next Sunday become major talking points. The audience reads into everything, trying to predict what will happen next and what it means for the final outcome of the rebuild. The Bugatti Chiron rebuild is not a simple restoration project. It is one of the most complex automotive challenges a private builder can face. The car itself is built with extremely advanced engineering systems, custom electronics, and tightly controlled manufacturing processes. This means that even basic repairs often require special tools, software access, and factory-approved procedures. In normal conditions, most owners would send such a car directly back to official service centers. That is the standard expectation for vehicles in this category. However, in this situation, the rebuild is happening outside that traditional system. That is what makes it so controversial and interesting. Without factory support, the team working on the car must rely on experience, problem-solving skills, and creative engineering solutions. This is not impossible, but it does make everything slower, more difficult, and more uncertain. Even small parts or repairs can turn into major challenges when official channels are limited or unavailable. One of the key points that has been discussed widely is the idea of factory-only procedures. Some reports and discussions suggest that certain steps in the Chiron rebuild process require specialized facilities and trained technicians that only exist in a few locations worldwide. This raises an important question. Are these requirements truly necessary for safety and performance? Or are they part of a controlled system that keeps repairs within official networks? This question has become a central theme in the entire debate. Supporters of the rebuild believe that skilled independent engineers can achieve similar results with enough knowledge and effort. They argue that modern engineering is understandable and can be replicated if the right approach is used. On the other side, critics argue that certain systems in hypercars like the Chiron are too advanced and integrated to be safely repaired without official support. They believe that skipping factory procedures could lead to serious issues in performance or safety. This disagreement is what keeps the story alive. Every update from the project is analyzed for clues. If progress is shown, supporters see it as proof that independent rebuilding is possible. If delays or difficulties appear, critics see it as confirmation that factory support is essential. This back and forth creates a continuous cycle of debate where each new piece of information is interpreted in completely different ways depending on perspective. Because of this, the Bugatti Chiron rebuild is not just a technical project. It has become a symbolic case study in the automotive world. It represents the tension between manufacturer control and independent creativity. It raises questions about how modern supercars should be repaired and who should have the authority to repair them. As the project continues, every step carries meaning beyond just the mechanical work being done. Alongside the Bugatti Chiron rebuild, another major point of interest in this story is the Ferrari 296 GTB project. While not as extreme as the Bugatti situation in terms of cost or engineering complexity, it still plays an important role in shaping the overall narrative. The Ferrari project is described as something unusual and possibly outside standard modification or repair procedures. This alone has created curiosity and discussion among viewers. Ferrari as a brand is known for strict control over its vehicles, especially when it comes to modifications and repair processes. Because of this, any project that pushes boundaries with a Ferrari naturally attracts attention. In this case, the situation has been described as something that may not align with Ferrari's expectations or approval. This adds another layer of tension to the overall story, even if the details are not fully clear to the audience. What makes the Ferrari 296 GTB situation important is how it connects to the Bugatti narrative. Both projects represent challenges against traditional manufacturer systems. While one involves rebuilding a crashed hypercar, the other involves pushing limits on a modern performance vehicle in a way that may not have been attempted before. Together, they create a pattern that suggests a broader approach to car building and modification that goes beyond standard industry expectations. For viewers, this combination of projects makes the content more interesting. It is not just one challenge being followed, but multiple high-level builds happening at the same time. This increases engagement because there is always something developing in the background. Even when one project is not in focus, another one is progressing, keeping the audience connected to the channel. However, this also increases complexity. With multiple high-stakes builds happening at once, updates can become difficult to follow. Viewers must pay close attention to understand which project is being discussed and what stage it is in. This can sometimes create confusion, especially when updates are shared quickly or alongside other news like travel, testing, or additional repairs. Despite that, the Ferrari 296 GTB situation adds depth to the overall story. It shows that the channel is not focused on a single car or a single idea. Instead, it reflects a broader approach to automotive engineering challenges. It highlights experimentation, risk-taking, and pushing boundaries, which are central themes in the entire narrative surrounding these projects. One of the most talked about moments in this entire storyline is the decision to get a permanent tattoo related to the Bugatti project. This is not just a small detail. It has become a major symbolic element in how people interpret the rebuild. The tattoo is described as featuring the Bugatti logo, along with design elements that represent the location and journey of the project. Because it is permanent, it adds emotional weight to the situation. A tattoo is often seen as a personal commitment or a permanent statement. In this case, it is being interpreted as a sign of confidence in the project's success. The idea is simple. If someone is willing to permanently mark their body with a symbol of a project, it suggests strong belief in the outcome. This is how many viewers have understood the meaning behind it. However, symbolism can be interpreted in different ways. Some people see it as confidence and motivation. Others see it as a bold personal expression that does not necessarily guarantee success. In reality, a tattoo does not change the technical difficulty of a project, but it does influence how the audience emotionally reacts to it. It creates a stronger connection between the builder and the project itself, the placement of the tattoo also adds meaning. It is part of a larger collection of automotive-related tattoos that represent past projects and achievements. This creates a visual timeline of success stories. Each design represents a car or build that was once considered difficult or impossible, but was eventually completed. By adding the Bugatti logo to this collection, it suggests that the Chiron project is being placed in the same category as previous successful builds. This is where the emotional impact becomes stronger. The audience starts to see the tattoo not just as art, but as a statement about future success. It creates a psychological link between past achievements and current challenges. Even though the rebuild is still ongoing, the tattoo makes it feel like the outcome is already being assumed in advance. Because of this, the tattoo has become more than just a personal decision. It has become part of the public narrative. Every time people discuss the Bugatti rebuild, the tattoo is mentioned as a key piece of evidence for confidence and commitment. It blurs the line between personal expression and storytelling, making it one of the most important symbolic elements in the entire situation. As expected with any high-profile and controversial project, public reaction has been divided. There are strong supporters who believe in the vision and capability behind the rebuild. They see every update as progress and every challenge as part of the journey. For them, the project represents creativity, determination, and proof that independent builders can achieve extraordinary results without relying entirely on manufacturers. On the other side, there are skeptics who question whether the project can truly succeed. Their concerns are mostly based on the complexity of the Bugatti Chiron itself and the lack of official factory support. They argue that certain systems in the car are designed in a way that makes independent rebuilding extremely difficult. For them, each challenge or delay is seen as evidence that the project may not be as simple as it appears in updates. This split in opinion has created a strong online discussion environment. Comment sections, forums, and reaction videos often show completely opposite interpretations of the same update. A progress report that excites supporters may also raise doubts among critics. This constant disagreement keeps the topic active and continuously discussed across social media platforms. The idea of doubters versus supporters has become part of the story itself. It is no longer just about the car. It is also about who is right in their interpretation of events. Every new update becomes a moment of validation for one side and a challenge for the other. This dynamic is a major reason why the audience remains engaged over time. At the same time, emotional language used in discussions increases the intensity of reactions. Words like impossible, failure, and proof are often used by both sides. This makes the debate feel more dramatic than a normal technical discussion. It becomes a narrative battle rather than just an engineering conversation. Overall, the public reaction plays a key role in shaping how the story evolves. Without audience engagement, the rebuild would simply be a technical project. But because of the strong opinions and emotional investment, it has become a widely followed story with ongoing interest from thousands of viewers. Looking ahead, the next stages of this story are expected to be very important. The announcement of upcoming videos, especially the one focused on the Bugatti Chiron, has already created anticipation. Viewers are waiting to see real progress, detailed explanations, and visual confirmation of how far the rebuild has advanced. Each new video is expected to reveal more about the technical process and current status of the car. At the same time, the broader narrative continues to grow. The combination of multiple projects, including the Ferrari 296 GTB and other ongoing builds, means that the channel is not focused on a single outcome. Instead, it represents a continuous flow of automotive challenges. This keeps the audience engaged over a longer period because there is always something new developing. The importance of the Bugatti project goes beyond just one rebuild. It has become a symbolic case in discussions about modern automotive engineering, manufacturer control, and independent repair capability. Whether the project ultimately succeeds or not, it will likely be referenced in future debates about what is possible outside factory systems. For viewers, the most important part is the journey itself. Each update adds new information and new perspectives. The combination of technical challenge, personal commitment, and public debate makes the story unique. It is not just about the final result, but about everything that happens along the way. In conclusion, This entire situation shows how a single automotive project can grow into a global online discussion. Through updates, interpretations, and symbolic actions like the tattoo, the story has expanded far beyond a normal car rebuild. It now represents determination, controversy, and the ongoing question of how far independent builders can go when facing the most advanced machines in the automotive world. As the Bugatti Chiron rebuild continued to develop, the story slowly changed from just a YouTube project into something much bigger in the eyes of the audience. What started as a simple car restoration idea became a symbol of independence versus manufacturer control. People were no longer just watching for entertainment. They were watching because they felt like this project represented a bigger question in the automotive world. Can skilled independent builders really match or even challenge the systems of the most powerful car companies in the world? This question is not new, but the Bugatti situation made it feel more real and visible. Normally, debates about factory control and repair rights stay inside industry discussions. But here, everything is being recorded, edited, and shared publicly on YouTube. That means millions of people can watch the process in real time. Every step of progress or delay becomes